Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the final night of playing the Friendsim. This is not, however, the final video of the Friendsim, as we will see near the end. So next up for our last set of trolls, and also we're going to at the end of this route, we're going to have to make a brief detour back to Lonk's route to click on the option. Actually, here, let's just go to the load screen just to see that. Well, we can't back out of it now. But yeah, in Lonk's route, there was one final choice to make. Do you wish to understand? And the options were yes, yes, or no. And we're going to go back and click yes on that by the time we're done here. But first, we have Barzum and Baizli, which means it's Fago time. And the fact that it's a pair of twins is actually perfect, because it gives me a perfect excuse to do what I already wanted to do. Which is... So, leading up to tonight, I got a few different flavors of Fago to celebrate the evening, because I just wasn't really sure what I would be feeling. And something I've always wanted to try is to mix the red Fago and the blue Fago together to make a purple Fago, in honor of the Purple Bloods. Now, you may be asking yourself, Minda, why would you bother doing that when there's already grape-flavored Fago? Which I do have in the fridge, by the way. I do have some grape Fago. But why would you bother mixing up Fago flavors when there's already a grape-flavored Fago if you wanted to drink purple Fago? To which I would answer, fuck you, that's why. Because, it's like, because shut up. That's my reason for doing this. Anyway, let's see what shade of purple we get from this little concoction. Yeah, it's more of a muddy brown than a purple. It's still gonna taste good, I think, just because it's all fruit flavor. Yeah, I mean, it's all fruit flavor Fago, so it tastes fine. I mean, it tastes like Fago. Like, this isn't even like for me, this isn't even like a weird thing. It's just a new berry flavor combination. They're both even berry flavor. It's because because the red Fago is strawberry, and the blue Fago is raspberry, so it's just strawberry and raspberry flavor. So it's just berry. Anyway. Let's bring the chat back up. Watch it just be brown? Yeah, people call it. It would just end up being brown. Just drinking grape Fago wouldn't get lore mad enough. Potion to make you a better kisser, but you lose the use of your legs. Best drink you're having in the stream? Well, no, the best drink I'm having in the stream is just my grapefruit juice, which that's another thing I got in between streams, is, because of the sheer amount of ridiculous crap I've been drinking, I need some actual grapefruit juice to, like, clear it all out, especially now that the Fago is coming into the mix. So yeah, now I have... My desk is ridiculous right now because I've got my Fago concoction. I've got my Teasius water mug still, and now I've got grapefruit juice. Anyway, so now let's get away from the problematic troll and get to Barzum and Baizli. I've gotten pretty good at the old friend-making game by now, but even an old hand at palling around like you, a real platonic Lothario, has bad nights sometimes. Tonight is one of those nights. Grapefruit fucks up all sorts of medications. That's too bad. Fortunately, I'm not on any medication, so I don't have to worry about it. That grapefruit juice is like the single best thing you can drink for your throat. Just clears shit out easily. Anyway. You never start pronouncing Diamond's name, correct? Is that it? Diamond? No? Whatever. Diamond. Okay. Baizli? Baizli? Whatever. We're gonna be here all night if we have to debate how I pronounce every single name that comes up here. Anyway, Diamond. Okay, fine. Diamonds are forever. Anyway, you've gotten pretty good at the old diamond days. Looking forward to that. It's like we're not here to talk about Steven Universe yet, though. Anyway, Baizli. Anyway, you've gotten pretty good at the old friend making game by now. But even an old hand at you, palling around like you. A real platonic Lothario has bad nights sometimes. Tonight is one of those nights. It's getting close to morning and not a new friend in sight. Excuse me. You've met new people, sure, but none of your conversations had panned out the way you wanted them to. Every interaction had come to a close with your friend count no higher than you'd started. No matter how many compliments, offers to help, and other tried-and-true friending strategies you'd whipped out. You won't stand for it. You're determined to finish out the night with at least one new buddy name in your little black friendship book. But with the sun's about to rise, you have to admit you're kind of a little close. Yeah, Barnum and Bailey. Yeah, that is the thing. Is like their names are clearly a pun on Barnum and Bailey, which is the name of a real circus. You know, it's the name of kind of it's the your example of the circus. In fact, is Barnum and Bailey. Anyway. As every minute ticks by, the sky gets a little lighter, and the possibility of dying an agonizing, fiery death gets higher. Maybe it'd be best for you to just pack it in and find somewhere to spend the day. You pick up your trusty palm husk and call up one of your many friends you already have to ask if you can crash. Hell, maybe Skylar will be up for sharing a Recupsicum. God damn it. It's like, of all the words I mispronounce, Recupicune is the one that I get the most shit for. But I think I pronounced it right that one time, so fuck all of you. The soothing ooze has kind of grown on you. And sleeping next to Skyla always makes you feel comfy and safe. Turns out Skyla is more than down with you coming over. Time to make tracks. You turn tail and hurry in the direction of Skyla's digs. And it's not long until you find a distraction. And it's not long until you run into a distraction. Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you shitting me? This looks like fucking Castlevania. Yeah, that's exactly what this volume is. Whoop. Watch out, cat. Yes. I will pronounce it correctly. Once. Welcome to Luigi's Mansion 3. Or Castlevania. My first thought was Castlevania because there's a very minor spoilers for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but there is a very cool Castlevania section to the game that was a delight to play through. One of my favorite sections of the game, to be perfectly honest. And yeah, and it kind of does look like Castlevania with the way the spires are all set up. Okay, so let's go to this haunted as fuck location. That distraction is in the form of a house. It's a dark, crooked thing hulking close to the ground. Slated wood walls, sloped roofs, vines cling to it like dust and cobwebs cling to forgotten things in the attic. Something about it feels off. You're going to have a clown time. It possesses a certain energy that sends shivers up your spine, making your hair stand on end. An instinct deep in your gut is telling you to give it a wide berth. Oh, by the way, I keep filling with my glasses. I got new glasses like a day ago. Yeah, they're nice square John Egbert glasses. I like them. Possesses a certain energy that sends shivers up your spine, making your hair stand on end. Instinct deep in your gut is telling you to give it a wide berth. On the other hand, it's shelter. It's got its places a way off, while the house is right here in front of you. It could be worth seeing if whoever lives here is willing to put up with you for the day. Approach the house, no fucking way. Hang on. Got a hair in my glasses. Square lenses are best friends. Yeah, when I was shopping for glasses, it came down to this or a pair of, like, I really kind of liked them. They were very round glasses with black and gold rims. They looked very steampunky, and I kind of liked them just like on their own. But when I wore them, I kind of felt like they made me look like a villain in the stoner comedy. Is what they looked like. Like I looked like they made me look like they kind of made me look like Bronya. You know, they made me look like the fun police who ruins the protagonist's fun in the stoner comedy. Alternatively, if they had like a whole steampunk get-up, they would look perfectly at home in that. But yeah, they were nice glasses, but they were too much of a character shift for my face. Anyway. Approach the house, no fucking way. Let's go with the obvious wrong answer. No fucking way. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Didn't you just establish that this place gives you the heebiest of jeebies? Plus, there's always the chance that the inhabitant will cull instead of help you. You're sticking to your original plan, thank you very much. Firmly ignoring the house, you continue on your way. You make good progress for a while. Your Maps app says you're heading in the right direction, except... Oh, what the fuck? Oh, Jesus. Ooh. Why are you here again? Did you take a wrong turn somewhere? Whatever, you're not going to dwell on it. Time is running down. You need to get away from this stupid house pronto. You make sure you do it right this time. You'll go... Ooh, this is... This just turned into Deltarune. Your choices do not matter in this world. Let's go, left. Okay, you split, breaking into a jog. The scenery flicks past you as you pick up the pace. Urgency spurring you on. It's getting even lighter. Won't be long now. What? You check your palm husk again. You're right where you started, even though just a moment ago the map's GPS put you at a decent distance away. This is ridiculous. There's obviously something weird going on, but the suns are creeping over the horizon. Time's up. It's almost like somebody with proficiently in mucking about with space is messing with us. There's nothing else for it. You make your way towards the house, even though everything inside you is screaming at you to stay away. Even though with every step you take, your chest tightens and your hands tremble. By the time you reach the door, you're shaking like a leaf. Adrenaline zings through you. You could choke on it. You want to run, but you force yourself to keep moving forward. It's a slow-motion race between you and the sunrise. At this rate, the suns will make it all the way into the sky before you even knock. You drag yourself the rest of the way, stumbling onto the front step. The door knocker is an intricate yet grotesque thing. An undulating tongue lolling out of a set of sharp teeth, all in cast iron. You grab the lumpy end of the tongue and bang it against the door. This reads like the GM fucking with you. No, you will play what I've written. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So it's like, Doc Scratch, no, you will go to the house I said in front of you. Nothing. Fuck. Maybe you'll get lucky and the door will be open. Out of options, you reach out and turn the doorknob. You can feel the first licks of sunlight against the back of your neck. Is it just you, or is your sun starting to blister? But today's your lucky day. The door opens. You should feel overjoyed at your life being spared. Instead, your focus is fully on how the roiling in your belly has bloomed fully into nausea. In the distance, inexplicably, is the peal of sirens, an insistent whining noise that only continues getting louder. You shouldn't have come here, but it's not like you had another choice. You might as well see what awaits you inside. But as soon as you cross the threshold, the world lurches and you pass out. Jesus Christ. Oh, we're gonna fucking die. We're in Silent Hill now? Yeah, no shit. This is... Ugh, Jesus. You come to in a different room than the foyer, head ringing like someone just whacked it. When you move to sit up, there's the sound of skittering all around you, like hundreds of tiny insects are scurrying away to safety. Excuse me. I need to sneeze. Again. Bye-bye. Finally, a full release of PT. Yeah, quite. Ugh. Whoop, cat. It's your own fault for laying there, you idiot. Yeah, I sneezed loud. I wasn't even facing the microphone when I sneezed. But yeah, I am famous for my loud sneezes. Like, every time it happens, it's like a bomb going off. Anyway, when you move to sit up, there's the sound of skittering all around you, like hundreds of tiny insects are scurrying away to safety. Have they been roving the floor while you were knocked out? Gross. The vast sneeze. You prop yourself back onto your hands and take a look around. Your impromptu nap has done nothing to assuage the deep sense of wrongness you have about this place. No shit. But yeah, maybe you've managed to sleep through the day. Maybe the sun is set again so you can get the hell out of here. This sense of optimism is misplaced, probably. But it's not as if you can check. There are no windows. You cast your eyes around the room. Underneath the floral peeling wallpaper, the walls are riddled with damp and mold. And on the other side of the room, an open door. Thank fuck. You aren't locked in, then. You can go look for somewhere else in this place that might have a goddamn window. Oh, oh, fuck me. This episode is just uncomfortable situations, the Friendsim. Between the lonk and this, I just don't want to be here anymore. You step into a long, winding corridor. It's so cramped you feel almost as though the walls are closing in. While it had been warm enough outside, there's a deep chill in here. A deep chill settles over you, sinking deep into your bones. You're half convinced you'll never be warm again. Emanating from somewhere you can't see is music, tinny and rhythmic. It's soon interrupted by crackly noise, like someone trying to tune in the correct station on a radio. Oh, Jesus Christ. Then, one of the picture frames lights up. Looks like it was actually some sort of TV screen. Welcome. Welcome? We're glad you're awake. And that you came to visit us. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's Gamgee all over again. Someone just split... Oh, is that what the... It's like somebody just split... I was about to say it's like somebody split Gamgee in half, but that canonically happened. So is that, like, what we're dealing with here? It's just like... I mean, like, not literally. Like, I don't think these are literally the two halves of Gamgee. But that kind of is what we're dealing with. They even kind of have Gamgee's... Those look a lot like Gamgee's horns, too. It's been a while since I looked at... Hang on. What do Gamgee's horns look like exactly? Now I have to remember, because, like... No, his aren't... Yeah, his horns aren't quite that... They don't have quite a severe angle to the way that they loop. They go pretty straight up. But they are very similar to Gamgee's horns. Anyway, okay, I got distracted. So let's welcome. Welcome. We are glad that you are awake, and that you came to visit us. We've been really bored in this stinking old house. It really sucked. We could have just died. From how boring it was. Two voices, one monotonous and so quiet that you can barely hear it. The other shrill, dramatic, like its owner never learned the meaning of the words indoor voice. Honk, honk. Catching what the quieter person is saying isn't made any easier by the high-pitched giggling that starts up in the background whenever they start speaking. So hurry up and find us. We want to play a game. Oh. Play with me. Oh. Would you like to play a game? Honk, honk. Honk, honk, motherfucker. Gee, why did these words give you such a profound sense of deja vu? Because in another life, you read Homestuck. The line goes dead. At the same time, a door pops open at the other side of the corridor. You're meant to go through it, you guess. You'd rather go somewhere else. Anywhere else. Other than through that door. There's nowhere else to go. Or is there? I hear music. Searching for another exit feels futile, but let's do it anyway. No, there has to be something else here. Ignoring the voice's instructions... you know what this just turned into? This just turned into, the Stanley Parable. Is what this turned into. Ignoring the voice's instructions, you examine the walls of the corridor instead. Soon enough, you notice something funny about one of the paintings. Its frame seems thicker than the others, which strikes you as somehow suspicious. Feeling along its bottom edge reveals a button. You push it. There's a groaning sound and part of the wall folds itself away. Sorry, bumped my mic. Revealing a tunnel of some sort. Ha! You knew it. Yeah, the song is kind of great. I like it. You're so focused on trying to make your escape that you rush through the opening without looking. If you'd been more careful, you might have noticed the one very important thing. Past this doorway, there's no floor. Your feet meet thin air, sending you pitching downward. Drat, you think, as you plunge towards the pit of knives beneath you. You'd reached the follower milestone on Chitter the other day, too. And you hadn't gotten around to bequeathing it to any of your friends in case something like this happened. Your final regretful thought is your... thoughts are of your account, dusty and abandoned, with no one there to continue to update it after you're gone. Well, that was cute. Oh yeah, we are still wearing Malik's hoodie. Who needs friends? Who needs friends? They've got knives. Okay, well, I knew that was inevitable. Real quick, I just want to confirm that this leads to the same thing. There's nothing else for it. You make your way to the house. Everything is screaming at you the same way. Your hands tremble. Shaking like a leaf. Yep. Yeah, this is all the fucking same. Figured as much. Approach the door. This indie was sponsored by Spade Slick. I'd buy it. Oh, why? Good lord. I don't think troll blood glows in the dark, though, so I think this might be something new. Your wariness only intensifies once you set off down the hallway, because the walls start fucking bleeding. You've seen enough troll blood at this point to be able to recognize it. Okay, maybe it is troll blood. I was just being too optimistic. Multicolored streams ooze over the wallpaper and faded portraits lining the walls, collecting in congealing sticky, viscous puddles on the floor. The narrow hallway becomes seeped in the stench of copper. Neon blood? Yeah, how did they pull that off? Maybe they just mixed the paint with, like, glow-in-the-dark pigment or something. I don't know, whatever. You walk faster, but the streams of blood follow you, slushing down from the ceiling as quickly as you walk. You reach the door, eager to get away from the grisly sight. You throw it open, but, oh god, you hadn't considered what might be waiting for you behind it. What if those two shady characters plan to torture you, tie you up and steal your palm husk, texting embarrassing messages to your friends while you can only look on in horror, helpless and unable to intervene? Anything but that! I mean, MC has some interesting priorities here. Good lord. It's too dark to see anything. All I can do is fumble and feel around with your hands. Getting out of the room again is a no-go. The door swung shut behind you as soon as you stepped inside. You shuffle forward on wobbly legs. The floor feels unstable somehow, like it's going to open up and swallow you at any moment. Would it be a good idea to call out and see if anyone's in here? You manage a feeble hello? Your voice echoes. Soft laughter reverberates back in response. You catch a glimpse of something from the corner of your eye, a flash of purple. There's a sensation of eyes on the back of your neck watching you, but you can't discern where the other presence in the room is, if there even is one. You kind of hate this. Of all the shitty welcomes you receive, this one takes the cake. You have to get out of here. You try to gather your panicked thoughts together to formulate a plan, but before you can do anything, a series of ropes appear seemingly from nowhere, coiling tight around you and holding you down. You're finally here. We've been waiting for you! Oh, good lord, what have we gotten ourselves into? A light comes on. It's not the warm, burning rays of sunlight. This room is windowless too, but a spotlight, bright and harsh. It lights up a broad swath of the room, bleaching it white and sending long shadows stretching away from it. Here they are. This is all kinds of interesting. You can see your captors more clearly now. 2 purple blood kids. Aside from their expressions, they look exactly the same. A manic glint sparkles in the eye of one of them, as sharp as his razor blade grin. The other looks more hesitant, almost sad. We're Baizli. And Barzum. You're the alien, ain't you? You look weird. Your body's real weird. That's a little harsh right there. We wonder what color your blood is. Or how springy and slimy your acid tubes are. They squirm around like slither beasts when we slice. They squirm around like slither beasts when we slice open trolls' bellies. Are yours the same? You struggle against the bonds. You have no idea what acid tubes are, but you'd much rather they stay inside your body where they belong. Thanks. You thought you moved past the days where you had to serve as a torture muppet. All you needed was a few hours shelter from the sun, and if it's safe to go outside again, you'd really like to leave. This was the wrong thing to say, apparently. Oh, even the quiet ones getting, like, extra angry? That's interesting. That was the wrong thing to say, apparently. The twins leer at you disapprovingly, or, well, one of them looks so disappointed he might burst into tears. The other just looks pissed. That is interesting, like, the meek one gets, it's like, the boisterous, Baizli? Yeah, Barnum and Baizli, so, Baizli. Yeah, Baizli just looks sad, but Barzum, the quiet one, is the one who gets pissed. Anyway. No way! We told you! We've been so bored! Do you know what it's like? To be all alone? With no one else to play with? For wipes? We might have each other. We're never truly alone. That's what makes being us so great! But a little difficult to play pranks on someone who always knows what you're thinking and feeling. Wait, you thought Barzum was the quiet one and Baizli was the loud one. But it looks like you were mistaken? Or did they switch? If you weren't faced with the prospect of having your innards yanked out and played with by bloodthirsty children, you might be more puzzled by their statement. As it stands, you have more pressing problems on your mind right now, so their words more or less fly over your head. See, I'm not in mortal danger, so I can't actually, like, you know, take all this in and be like, huh, interesting. They switched quirks. You squirm harder, even though it doesn't do any good. In fact, it just seems to make the twins sadder. You settle on smatter. There are 2 kinds of people in this world. What's a word for somewhere between happy and sad? There are 2 kinds of people. Smad. Smatter. Stop trying to get away. It's always like this. Nobody ever wants to play with us. We hate it. Now hold still. You look at them beseechingly, trying to appear as small and helpless as possible. Maybe it's a little pathetic. Maybe it's a little pathetic giving puppy dog eyes to literal children, but you lost track of your own dignity a long time ago. They're not really going to do this, right? A noise starts up. It sounds suspiciously like a chainsaw, and And is it just you, or is it the scent of raw meat in the air? Where the hell is it coming from? You continue straining at your bonds, stomach clenching in fear, bile rising at the back of your throat. They're not actually going to hurt you, right? Oh god, oh god, oh god! You wake up, gasping, but you aren't strapped down anymore. You're in the same room you were in at the beginning. Ooh, what happened? Good question, what happened? The room hasn't changed since you've been gone. Since you've been gone. No, stop. Singing interlude. We're not doing that. There's still only one way out. You really, really don't want to step through the door again, but what else can you do? You step through the door. There's that radio crackling again. Welcome! Welcome! We're glad that you're awake. The little greeting goes on just like it did before. A pre-recorded message, maybe? Your heart pounds as you step through the second door. You're hoping you're able to sidestep the rope this time, but instead of getting tied up, you trip forward into a vat of what feels like glue? You were lucky enough to have... This is just turned into like a Edge of Tomorrow. What the hell? You're unlucky enough to have turned your face away from the stickiness, so your nose is still above the surface so you can breathe, for now anyway, but you can't move. You're finally here. We've been waiting for you! They're acting like this is the first time all this happened again. What is this fuckery? Are they messing with you? You met already, mere minutes ago. This is some blatant time shenanigans. No, we would have remembered. Media weirdo like you. Stop trying to trick us. Then everything goes black for a third time. And here you are again. Welcome, welcome. Are you for real? Whoop. This time you get shoved into a box. You're pretty sure you passed out while you're in the middle of getting buried alive. You come to in the room you're beginning to think of as yours, yet again. You pass out 5 times, 10. You begin to lose count. You never pass out at the same point during the twin shenanigans, but it inevitably happens, and you always end up right back where you started. Oh yeah, this is... Yeah, well, this isn't quite... This is less like... Well, I suppose the resets did happen on Death in Groundhog's Day, but this feels a bit more like Edge of Tomorrow, because in Edge of Tomorrow it was explicitly getting killed that caused the resets to happen. You know, I mean, that's the alternative title for the film, even. Live, Die, Repeat. You know, so that's not a spoiler, that's literally the title of the film. And this kind of feels more like this, where it's like, once you get to the point where all hope is lost and you're basically dead, reset. The worst part is that while your conversation with the twins stays the same, the way they trap you changes. You get trussed upside down from the ceiling, dunked in the water tank, scrambling to get out while your lungs begin to burn from lack of air. Again, we've got like a Schrodinger's cat thing going on with the timelines where things change where anything could happen and you don't know what's going to happen until you observe it. Like Long Q's route was the same way, where Long Q as a character changed completely depending on which option you picked at the beginning there. And now it's like with every reset, something different happens, even though there's no logical reason why it should play out differently. Anyway, every time you black out before you can die, but you've almost died dozens of times by now, and it's really beginning to stress you out. Getting Endless 8 flashbacks? Yeah, that's another one. Endless 8. Very similar to that, too. You have to be stuck in some sort of time loop. You see this sort of thing in movies all the time, and everybody knows that movies are the best points of reference for one's actual life. The hero wakes up in the strains of an old pop song, wakes up to the strains of an old pop song playing on the radio and reminisces over their childhood journals, which sends them back in time where they have to stop a crime before it happens, or maybe you're thinking of a different movie. Just put your little hand in mine. There ain't no river or mountain we can't climb. Baby, I got you, baby. I'm a little surprised I was able to pull that out of my memory just that easily. I need to watch Groundhog Day again. That's a great movie. People in chat, I cannot stand that song anymore. Anyway, your point is that you have to find a way out of the loop. Hopefully you won't have to do anything too wild, like stab your past self and then throw your own bloody corpse out the window. That would really, really blow. Oh wait, that did happen to Dave, didn't it? Well, he didn't stab himself, but he did have to throw throw his bloody corpse, his own bloody corpse out the window. Oh, poor Dave. Dead Daves are the enemy. Yeah, it's a reference to something Dave did. People are wondering if it's a Problem Sleuth reference, and that might have also happened in Problem Sleuth. I don't remember the Problem Sleuth as well as Homestuck, but that did definitely happen to Dave, specifically, where like a dead alternate Dave was in his room, and he just had to chuck it out the window before Jade saw it, because he didn't want Jade to get scared. Unfortunately, you can't seem to find any clues indicating what you should do next. You always pass out. The twins are always excited to play with / torture you. They don't seem to be aware of any of this is happening, from what you can tell. After around 20-something or other, you've had enough. You've had it. Enough is enough. You can't take any more giggling, any more of that hard, damp floor, any more excruciating games. You might not be any closer to figuring out what to do, but you have to try something. Okay, interesting. So what are the options? Fuck this and remember who you are. Huh. Here's an interesting idea. Actually, fuck this. My turn to make my brother and me reference. Yeah, let's try fuck it. Remember who you are sounds more promising, so I'm going to save that for later. Remember who you are, Simba. There's one thing you've been doing wrong, appealing to the twins to let you go. All they seem to care about is torturing you. Of course, simply asking them for your freedom isn't going to work. You'll do things differently this time. If you want to escape, you'll have to go on the offensive. You wake up again. Disembodied voices, bleeding walls, game, check, check, check. You head towards the twins' room. Stand back! You yell before they can launch into their tirade. You're a weird, scary alien with weird, scaly alien superpowers, and you're not afraid to use them. You switch on your phone's torch app, waving it around. You even attempt an intimidating roar for added effect. There's a torch app on the phone. Of course there's a torch. This is Alternia. Of course there's a torch app on the phone. The only superpowers you're aware of is your irresistible charm and a set of truly banging gams, but they don't need to know that. I have a thermal detonator, you clowns. Your gambit works. They don't cower in fear exactly, but they're bamboozled enough for you to look frantically around the room as much as you can with your paltry light source. There, an air vent with a loose grill. With a desperate yell, you launch yourself up towards it and crawl inside. The twins, finally aware that this is all an elaborate ruse. It was merely a ruse! A distraction! Start shouting after you. The twins' indignant voices start to fade as you wiggle deeper into the dusty guts of the house. You can't have very long. It's only a matter of time until the diminutive terrors climb into the vents after you. People assume flashlight. Oh yeah, that's a bit of a thing. It's like possible by torch they meant flashlight, like a British thing. So yeah, maybe they do. Maybe it's just a British author, and by torch they meant flashlight. That's possible, I assume. I think it's funnier to imagine that there is like an actual like fiery torch on the cell phone, because that seems like a very Alternian thing. But whatever. Anyway, the power of words. Who knows? English is a great language. The twins' indignant voices start to fade as you wiggle deeper into the dusty guts of the house. You can't have very long. It's only a matter of time until the diminutive terrors climb into the vents after you. Or maybe they'll run ahead and then cut you off via one of the other rooms the vents connect to. They must know the layout of the house better than you do. Much to your surprise, though, you re-emerge at one of the outside walls with no trouble. It's dusk, not day, for which you mutter a quick thank you. to your merciful overlords. From here, it's a simple matter of picking your way down the vines until you get to the bottom. Once your feet touch the ground, you start running. Then you cast one last wild glance back over your shoulder. You catch sight of them, your captors, who you've successfully hoodwinked. Excuse me. Okay. They're standing in the grand front doorway screaming. You have no idea why they aren't coming after you, but you don't question it, pumping your legs until they're burning. It's a good thing you spent all that time jogging with Stelsa. You've gotten really good at running away from your problems. Hey, that bit is arguably canon, which is great because I love that moment. That was probably one of the best. Just like hanging out with Stelsa and Theseus in the last Friendsim was great fun. I loved it. Cheers to the teal lesbians. Whoops, excuse me. TT, I mean, I guess it doesn't make sense for an alien to be British. Or for an alien to be American, for that matter. You stop running once you can't see the house anymore. You're a little surprised that getting away turned out to be that simple. But you know better than to look a gift hoof beast in the squat gaper. Relief floods through you in waves. You did it! You got away! You slow down to a leisurely walking pace, pulling out the phone as you go. People are saying that Nikki's bad route last time was the best bad route, and I would have said that until, like, best bad route. So far, the three contenders for best bad routes are probably that one, Nikki's bad route, where we got to hang out with Stelsa and Theseus. The one where reality unraveled around Marvis, that was great too. The one where reality unraveled around Boulder, also a good one. And the bad Lonq one was very good, because that was just sweet and charming and lovely. Relief floods through you in waves. You did it! You got away. You slow down to a leisurely walking pace, pulling out your phone as you go. You have a slew of texts from Skyla, who'd been wondering what happened to you after you never turned up. Her invitation to come over and hang out still stands, though. Oh boy, you can't wait to finally make your way over there and chill with her. You never play favorites among your pals, but you have to admit that you hold a particular fondness for Skyla. Her whole thing, where she always makes sure not to cause you any bodily harm, that definitely has its charms. You keep walking, but after a while your stomach starts to sink. It's been half an hour and your surroundings don't look any different. You should be closer to Skyla's neck of the woods by now. Yeah, this is what I was worried about, is that, we're still running... we got away from the house, but we're still dealing with the general eldritch nature of this whole setting. Has Minda gotten to the good end? I haven't gotten to any of the endings yet for this particular Friendsim. Yeah, we spent a lot of time... somebody just turned up in chat, Soulless Gamer. Yeah, we spent a lot longer in Lonq's route than usual, and so we still haven't gotten to any of the endings for the twins yet. Yeah, it's not until you catch sight of a weathered wall, all wound with ivy, that you realize what's going on. It's the house again. You're still stuck. You're not going to be able to leave its grounds no matter how much you walk. Oh yeah, I did get the knife pit ending, so there is that one fast end. I kind of forgot about that because it was such a quick ending that it was not even a thing. You might have escaped the house, but whether curse or space-time witchcraft this isn't confined to within those walls. You're in a pocket dimension of some sort, and you don't know how to break out. So now you can either return to the twins, since they're the only company you have out here, or make these bushes your new best friends. You look dolefully out at the miles of scraggly underbrush before you. You'd probably best get used to gazing at nothing but this, since it's all you're going to be seeing for a long, long time. Forever lost. We remain house trapped. Computer doesn't like streams. I don't know. So that didn't work. I didn't really think it would work. So it's time to remember who you are, which I said at the beginning was probably the more... Yeah, this one strikes me as the more hopeful option, optimistic option, because it feels like a callback to Nikki's route, which we were just talking about incidentally, where MC just kind of like does some soul searching and finds the power within themselves to do whatever they need to do. There's one thing you've been doing wrong. Making this all about escape. You've been so preoccupied with not getting sliced to pieces with knives and everything that you've lost track of what's truly important. Making friends. The word that echoes in your heart when you rise at dusk and pulses through your bloodstream during the rest of your waking hours until it's time to go to sleep. The word that's kicked off every single narrative you've started in thus far. Friendship. You'll do things differently this time. You're going to bring yourself to truly care about these creepy clown children, goddammit. Even if it's the last thing you do. And with the way things are going, it very well could be. It really could be, because this is the last Friendsim. Their MO is oddly benign this time. A tickling machine. Unfortunately, it's a little difficult for you to talk to them through all the laughter. This is just kind of cute, them laughing so hard. What are those noises they're making? I think they're trying to tell us something. Miraculously, the tickling stops. You wheeze, trying to catch your breath, hoping to God you haven't peed. You've managed not to wet yourself out of fear until now. It'd be just the worst to have broken your streak due to laughing too hard. What is it about clowns and you divesting your body of waste? Marvis isn't here, so he's not running the shit show this time. After assuring yourself that your underwear is blessedly dry, you ask, if they kill you, won't they just be alone again? How is that beneficial to anyone? They'll be bored and you'll be, dead, which you'd rather not be. The creeping saccharine smiles transform into matching expressions of confusion. Barzum puts a finger on her chin, cocking her head to one side as if deep in thought, almost like a puppy. On the other circumstances, you might even consider it cute. I don't know, I still consider it cute. What are you talking about? We don't want to kill you. Maybe just cut you a little. You'll heal right back up again. Don't be such a wiggler. Some of the things they've tried to inflict on you would have definitely taken more than your regular human healing functions to recover from. But wait, you think back to Ramal, taking a whole-ass club to her side and acting like it was no big. She'd said something about higher blood colors being able to take more of a beating too. Are the twins assuming that that's the case for everyone? God, this is what happens when all of the adults in society go off-planet and leave a bunch of zoo animals to bring up their kids. Or, well, trolls also solve most of their problems by killing each other. You can't discount that either, you suppose. You take a closer look at the twins. There isn't any malice in either of their faces. The only emotion you can discern is idle curiosity. You decide to take this as encouragement. They are cute, damn it. They are very cute. You explain that no, you won't heal up from being sliced open, or from an on-fire scuttlebugy being flung at your head because you're a human, and humans heal differently from trolls. Well, differently from high-blood trolls, at least. You even use your best babysitter voice for good measure. You feel like you're giving a stern talking to about the importance of taking care of one's toys so they don't break. Instead, you propose, why don't you be friends? You can all play together instead of you being the subject of their torment. They'll be able to play with you for longer that way, too. They give you a strange look. Friends? What's that? Do people not agree to be their playmates very often? No. Usually everyone runs in the other direction. So we have to catch them. Or trick them. That explains a lot. You think you're beginning to understand. If they let you down, you can try and show them what you have in mind. They do. They actually free you. They turn all the lights on in the room, too, so you can finally see everything in it. This is... honk. This is a cool little room. Lots of blood, of course. Plenty of blood. Plenty of clowns. Plenty of Dark Carnival shit. It's bigger than you expected and set up like a circus tent. A wire is suspended along the ceiling. A person-sized target board rotates at dizzying speeds against the back wall. Juggling clubs, knives, scarves, and other props are piled along the floor. You recognize a few of the mechanisms they had inflicted on you before. It's pure chaos. Chaos! 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 So what else do they do with all that stuff? They're still staring at you as if they aren't quite sure how to deal with you engaging with them voluntarily. You feel pretty tentative yourself. That is pretty... This is actually, like, kind of sweet, where they're just like... They're just like, okay, what do we do now? It's like... I've never gotten this far before. What do we do now? This whole interaction seems incredibly precarious. You're afraid that if you make a misstep, you'll end up back on the tickling rack again. Oh, now she's being the quiet one. He, I think. They. Well, I think it was a he. Oh. This isn't ours. We just found it when we got here. But it does look like it. But it does look like what's in our hive. We can do shows. And stunts. All kinds of cool stuff. Fuck, even when they aren't threatening you, the way they talk in chorus like that freaks you out a little. In perfect unison, like they're one voice instead of two. Okay, Barzum's the girl, Baizli is the guy. Okay, there we go. That was it. That was it. I remember it was one of them. Okay. You shake off your fears and suggest that they show you a little something. They seem to like that idea. Excitedly, they scurry over to the target board. One twin stands against it while the other picks up a handful of throwing knives. You're anxious. You don't exactly want them to rough up each... you don't exactly want them to rough up each other instead of you. But Barzum just throws the knives in a graceful arc. They surround Baizli perfectly, barely missing him. By the way, chat just disappeared for me, so I can't see chat at the moment. Do not take that as an excuse to post spoilers, though, because I think it'll reappear once Chrome finishes crashing. Anyway. You gasp. Your mouth a perfect O. The twins seem pleased with themselves, laughing together like they're sharing a secret. If you think that's impressive, watch this! They execute a sick flip on a pair of trapezes above a bed of swords. Make a daring escape from one of the contraptions they trapped you in. They move similarly to how they speak, perfectly in tandem with each other. Okay, chat's back. But hang on, one second. Chat is back, but my video's gone. 1 second. Up. Let me just bring the video feed back. Are we good? We're good. Okay. With the variety of obsessions you've seen among your friends, it figures that it was only a matter of time until you met someone who made a hobby out of risking their lives. It's not too out there compared to cage fighting, you suppose, or collecting saucy East Alternian figures. Let's see, and the volume needs to be right. Yes. You could have just escaped from the trap we put you in earlier, you know. Why didn't you? You laugh nervously. You haven't exactly had much practice, and maybe it would have been easier if you had someone else to help. You look at the two of them pointedly. You didn't even realize siblings were a thing among trolls, let alone twins. That is interesting. I kind of forgot all about that. Yeah, twins, like, siblings aren't a thing with trolls. This is a whole new character dynamic that's just getting introduced now. Like, the closest thing we've seen to siblings so far is like Terezi and Vriska calling themselves Scourge sisters. But yeah, this is a whole new relationship here. Sibling? What's that? You know, someone you share a Lucius with? Someone you hatched with in the same clutch? Are you phrasing that right? We do share a Lucius. We share everything. We didn't just hatch from the same clutch. We hatched from the same egg. We were going to be a single troll, but we split in two. Just our bodies, though. Our minds are still one. Oh, that's weird. That's really weird. So they are twins, but there's still weird alien shenanigans going on with the fact that they're twins. One person, two bodies. We're one and the same. That's weird. Okay, maybe siblings aren't a thing on Alternia after all. Being literally the same person is a bit different from the human concept of twins or siblings. Huh. Yeah, they're a single person, and also one of them's male and female too. So that's just all kinds of weird. Yeah, they're an inverse. Yeah, that's another one. They're an inverse cherub. What happens if you kill one of them? Oh, I don't want to think about that. And somebody in chat saying that one writes in all caps and the other writes in lowercase, and you put them together, it's Gamgee's quirk. Yeah, I noticed that immediately. That was kind of the first thing I said about them when their quirk got introduced. Somehow this leads to them telling you all about a number of exploits they had with some of the other kids in their neighborhood. One story led to another, and soon you're recounting some of your own adventures too. Yeah, I don't want to see one of them die. I'm just thinking about what that would mean. It'd be terrible, but you still wonder about it, you know? What happens if... And now I'm really worried that that's actually going to happen somewhere down the line in the later Hiveswap chapters. Like that. Oh, I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen, but now I'm really afraid that it's going to. Ugh. They particularly love your attempt at giving an impression of Nikki, clapping and crawling as you get into a dramatic power stance and flex your flimsy muscles. You can't help but feel a little proud of yourself. You feel like the guy in Jurassic Park who walked into the Velociraptor den all, "Be chill, my dudes." They actually listened to him. Besides, there's something great about making kids laugh. Even kids who were trying to murder you less than an hour ago. It is a sweet thing. The twins are in the middle of talking about a prank they'd played that they found hilarious, and that you've been trying hard not to grimace in horror at when you feel it. A certain change in the air. Didn't they mention they had been stuck here? Did we? Yes, we have. When we tried to go out the door, some sort of force pushes us back. You're the first person we've seen since we got here. You have a hunch that might have changed. Why don't you all try again? They look at you skeptically. If you want. It's not going to be any different, though. You tell them to trust you. You look at the front door. The twins are crowding you from either side, clinging onto your arms and edging so close it's like they're trying to burrow into you. Ready? They nod. You push against the door. It opens and you breathe the cool evening air. Not so fast. We've gotten this far before. But we won't be able to go any further. You'll see. You take one step, then another. As you look beyond the grounds of the house, you see things you had when you first got here. Mountains in the distance, other houses. Before, all you could see was shrubbery. You pick up the pace. The house falls away behind you, disappearing into the fog. Whoa! You did it. You actually did it! We can finally leave. They swoop in to grab you, hugging you hard. Oh, that's adorable. The curved horns of their masks almost stab you in the cheek. These things are a bit of a hazard when their wearers only come to about where your chest is. They keep talking before you can get a word in, pulling you forward and shuffling you along between them. It looks like you're alright. It wasn't just enough to save yourself. You had to save them, too. That's sweet. That is actually legitimately sweet. You don't know how, but the key to making this little patch of universe obey the rules of reality once more was friendship all along. What? What was... That was interesting. You should have seen your face. shit in your grub tube's terrified. Heave a sigh as their incessant giggling surrounds you like so many playful ghosts. Yes, yes, you say, very clever. They were the ones behind all this nonsense, weren't they? You started guessing somewhere towards the end. You regular hens vaguely. All the time stuff. They sure scared you, all right. No. That wasn't us. We were talking about the bloody walls, the creepy sounds. None of that was real. That was all us. That was all. Chuckle voodoos. We're the best at chuckle voodoos. We got you so good. They both bounced beside you excitedly. You blink down at them. You have no idea what the heck chuckle voodoos are, but you can only guess that it's some sort of illusionary thing. So they didn't have anything to do with time messing up, folding in on itself? No. You were supposed to see an end card there? Okay. Well, here, I'm going to try to back up and see. Let's try this. Nope, still no end card. Yeah, it is oddly fitting that, now that the simulation is over, it's starting to fall apart. Somebody, get a screenshot of what that end card was supposed to look like, and, link it in chat so I can look at it later. Blah, 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 chuckle videos. Pulling on itself? No. We told you. We've been trying to get out of that stupid house. For wipes! Maybe even a peregrine. Did you really think that was our hive? Our place is so much cooler than that dump. Visit their actual hive? You have your reservations about that, but you can't find it within you to say, exit here. Okay, there it is. Yeah. So... So this is what... Here, I'll just bring this up so that you can actually see it. So this is what the... yeah, this is what we were supposed to see just there. Transition. That. We were supposed to see that just now, but we didn't for some reason. Anyway. Close that. Where were we? So my windows still... Okay. Visit their actual hive? You have your reservations about that, but you can't find it within you to say no as they eagerly pull you along. One twin tugging you hard, the other looping an arm around yours. You look back at the house one last time. You have no clue whether the twins are lying or if they're telling the truth. What really caused what happened here? But right now, you're content enough knowing that you'll never have to see this place ever again. And it broke again. Do you want to understand? So was that supposed to be like the actual titles? Was that supposed to be that same title card right there? Now we can click yes. It's time. Actually, let me just check one thing. I'm going to hit no to see if it's the same failure card from before. Yeah, it's the exact same game over, so I guess it doesn't matter, whether you do this in Luncule's route or with the twins route. So let's do this. It is finally time to understand. And it was supposed to be that same title card both times. Okay, good to know. Do you want to understand? Yes, I want to understand. Yeah, it's like, for some reason I got this same thing at the end of Luncule's route. In fact, I got it at with both the good ending and the bad ending. Of course you do. Your sort of creature always does. You're worn out. Last night was, well, it sure was something. You lived, probably. You learned, definitely. You made choices. You had to. And after all this time, are you still here? So after a day of recuperation from ragers and houses of terror, you're out walking the streets of the place you may as well start calling home. You've changed out of your party gear, opted for your old hoodie standby. It fits the mold you're in. You're not really looking to meet anyone new tonight. Well, like, you wouldn't say no, probably. But you're not jonesing for it. Only a little. It's complicated. After an indeterminable amount of minutes of aimless walking, you look around to where you've ended up. You seem to have wandered into a dirt pile. Oh, you know this dirt pile. It's Fozzer's corpse field. How did you get here, you wonder? You're pretty sure you were just on the other side of the city with no particular desire to come anywhere near here. It's probably fine. Just your deep, innate bro-honing skills taking over your goddamn body. Just little friendship things. You look around for your pal Fozzer, peeling down into a field of the deeper holes. Are we gonna, like, jump into, like, the fissure of time that, I ran into before? You may as well say hello, since you're here and all. Holy shit, that again. Yep, that's what we're doing. We're jumping into the void. Holy shit, that? Again? Curiosity killed a cat, but you've definitely got more than 9 lives. So you shrug and slide, not gracefully, down into the shiny hole. Oh! It's the 4th wall! We found it! We have found the 4th wall! Finally! Oh... Here it is, folks. This is what the Friendsim has been leading up to. It's like, I've been saying it since June. I've been saying it since the very fucking beginning that we were in for some shit. Fozzer is nowhere to be found, but there's a window down here. It's almost completely unearthed, and it doesn't take much effort to free it the rest of the way. At first, you think it might be some cool new trash you could make art with, but when you look closer, what do you consider? There's a whole-ass room you can see through the pane of glass laying at your feet. That's weird. Weirdness isn't typically a deterrent for you, but usually there's at least some causational coherence. Doors are in walls, walls surround rooms. You aren't used to finding parlors and ditches. Is there a latch or something? Should you do a polite little knock? There might be friends in there, damn it. Damn, you could really go for some friends right now. Is there a protocol for approaching ditch wind? Allow me to stop you there. I'm a timeless being of the void, but even my patience has its limits. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Fun is fun, but this frivolous navel-gazing is no longer necessary. Coming from behind the shadow of that narrative text, it's so very hard to see your face. Huh. Oh, ha! Whoa, hey! Ew! Oh. Okay. Wow. You aren't sure where you are, and it's surprisingly a little nerve-wracking. You look over your shoulder at the window, you guess. At the window. You guess you just fucking came in through... You aren't sure where you are, and it's unsurprisingly a little nerve-wracking. You look over your shoulder at the window, you guess you just fucking came on through. The Alternian sky is framed by the edge of your dirt hole, and the knot in your stomach loosens a bit. Hopefully that means this is a two-way portal. I think it's time to split up the video. So let's just back things up a little bit. Okay. I think we're gonna like pause the video and just to break this up so that like just because like I don't want to get into this whole thing because like this is gonna be like a 2-hour video if it's going where I think it's going. So Doc Scratch deserves his own video on YouTube. So we're gonna pause it right there, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.